Hi everyone. It is time for another pattern. Today's pattern is called Cirq-6 by Cheryl Lee Haley. Was designed in 2016 and it's really cool. Look at this. Look at that organic thing happening there. I think I'm going to really enjoy it. You make the number 6, step 1. Step 2, you kind of aura it, but you want to aura it around, make this whatever shape you want it, but then attach it to the tail of your 6, the top part right there. Okay? And then you start here and you come out kind of like a donut and you make a big round and then you attach back to there. So it's not really an aura, but it comes out however far you want it to go and then around. And that's the basic tangle. There it is, right like that. Kind of plain, not too exciting until you shade it. Look at that. That is that. Can you see that? How awesome is that? As soon as you shade it, it becomes a completely different thing. And look at how right here, there's this tiny little triangle bit. You see how that creates the illusion that this is, it's coming around, it's curling around, and it's sticking up off of this surface here, just with that little shadow right there. See that? And then this here, the shadow here makes it show that this is tucked under. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. And then here's a bunch of them on top of each other, going different directions with various different embellishments. So I believe I'm going to do something in this vein. And let's get started, shall we? Okay. Trying to decide if I want to make a composition. I might. Let me think about where I want to place these. I'm going to want one about there and one here. And maybe one here, a smaller one. One here. And one, I feel like it needs to be here, but almost not a, like you can barely see it. And I think I want this one in front. So that's what I'm going to draw first. And then I want this one, so I'll draw that one second. And then I want this one, I'll draw that one third, fourth, and I'll draw that one last. And I'm doing that in order to have some composition, but I need to move the whole kit and caboodle that way just a bit because this is too close here and I got too much space there. So when I draw my first one, I'm going to scooch it all that direction. Maybe I'll do that with my pencil real quick here. I'll scooch the whole composition that way, just a smudge. All right, that's better. Doesn't take much to throw it off, and after the one I did yesterday, where I got all discombobulated to start with, I think I'm going to start with a little bit of compositional thought and theory here before I get going. All right, so in the middle of this one, I'm going to draw a number 6. right? And then you aura around, but you connect it to this tail, right, like that. You're too far away. I need to zoom you closer. There you go. And then from this tail, you come around till it's about as far away as you want the outside edge. And you come around in a circle like that. That looks like the main thought process of this particular tangle. Okay, so I want to do the middle of it about here. Make a 6. Aura around. Come out from there. And it's going to come around like that. Okay. I want 6 here and around there and around here. It's going to come out of there and it's going to come around to there. Right? Something like that. This one, what do I want showing? Because it's mostly going to not be showing. I think like that. Like that. Something like that. And then this last one, what do I want to do? You're not going to see much of it. When you're having troubles envisioning the part that you won't see, get out your pencil, draw your shape, draw your tangle the way you want to draw it in pencil. Like that. See, there's the tangle. Can you see that? I did it in pencil. And then I'm going to ink only the parts that I would see. And that will help me decide what I'm actually seeing and what I wouldn't see. I would just see that. Like that. And then I can come back in and erase all of this pencil mess so that I can embellish or shade accordingly. But see how you can, that's how I planned out that one there. So it's back tucked in behind there, but you can still tell it's the same shape, same pattern. Now I made this one a little bit, this one here ended up with this funky little kind of eggy shape bit right there. I may use my embellishments to kind of hide that. I really like this one on the sample, this one here. And so that would be a good one to use to kind of hide this weird looking shape here. So I'm going to kind of follow the leader here of like that. And then it's rounding those ends like that. Into a petal shape. Like that, and then I can fill this, and I can kind of round that back out again because I got a little carried away with my shape. I like that. That's a cool little embellishment. And then she did a little dot here in the middle. Like that. Oops, missed a spot. Okay. And I think I might do this as well. I don't know why I like that, but I do. A little line and a dot, for some reason, intrigues me. I think I should do that again, or something like it again. As I get closer to this middle, I'm going to get closer together here. Like that. What do I want to do with it? Do I want to make it flowery? Do I want to make it stripey? I think I'm going to make it stripey, but only every other stripe. Something like that. Hey, these are fun little things that you can embellish however you feel led to embellish. Oh, I missed one here, didn't I? I need to go... Which way? I'm getting confused now. This way. There we go. All right. Like that. That's cool. Maybe a spiral or a... Maybe I'll do this. And then what? Yeah, maybe. That one kind of reminds me of a octopus tentacle. Kind of. Okay. Well, maybe I'll put... something like that on that one. Why not? Nothing says you can't have to have them all the same. Nothing says they all need to do anything special or different. You know, it is what it is. This one is going to have some sort of, maybe a swirl? No. That one might be plain. I think I'm gonna leave that one plain. I think I'll do this one with a swirl though. No. Change my mind. I'm looking at the sample and I like both of these ones, so I'm going to add those in there too somehow. Just trying to decide which one I want to do what. I think I'll do this one with this. that. And then this one will get kind of a spiral swirl thing happening. So it would be that way, that way, that way. So it would be this kind of a curve to it. With this kind of a thing in the middle. My goodness, that neighbor dog is just having a fit. Okay. Something like that. It looks like it should probably come out there. Okay. And then maybe the middle of this one needs to be dark with a highlight in it. Like that. Really highlight it. And maybe I don't know. Let's shade it and see what happens. Sometimes I get more ideas after I shade. So the point of this would be obviously to shade here. Right like that. Kind of coming around like this. Here, if it's going to be empty. Here. And maybe some along this edge here. All right, let's see what that does. Some there. Some in here. Some right in here. And some along this edge. What do we think? Oh, that's better. Look at that. That's so fun. All right, so clearly we need this. And it needs to kind of come a little bit of a way from that side. And then in here, deep, 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 deep dark in there. Like that. And a little bit on this side coming up. And definitely deep dark right here where that one overlaps that one. That's going to be important right there. And you can't see because I've moved. Sorry! I got carried away. All right. So if I leave this, let me zoom in a little bit. If I leave this not touching that, leave it away like that, that gives you the illusion, as long as it's touching on this side, it's got to touch somewhere. Otherwise it's just some random dark spot. But that gives you that illusion that this little tentacle piece is not touching that piece. Does that make sense? I hope that makes some sense. I'm gonna put a little bit of, just a little bit of blending right in there, just so that it's not so stark white. Like that. Let me zoom back out, because that's too close. But I wanted you to see how that's not touching, and that gives it that illusion that this is just popping up off the page. That might be too much right there. So I'm going to take my kneaded eraser and I'm just going to tap. I'm not going to get rid of all of the pencil. I just want to knock it back a little bit. I think it's just a little too dark right there. When you're using your blending stump, if you're doing a circular shape, move your stump in that same shape. That will help you create the illusion of the shape. And where the two items are overlapping are going to be darker than anything else, because there's a difference between shading and shadows. Shadows are really dark. Shading can be subtle shaping, but shadows are usually dark. Oh, that's really, really cool. I'm happy with that. Really happy. I think I want a little bit, but I don't want to add more pencil because that'll make it too dark. I want to add just a little bit of shading right in here where these little tentacle-like things have decided to live. I want them kind of stand out like that. There we go. So I didn't add any more pencil to my blending stump. I just used whatever was left on it to just give a subtle, super subtle shading to that, so it's not so flat. All right, so in here we're going to do the same thing. Right in there. Right in here, nice and dark. Nice and dark where that one overlaps that one. And then a little bit of shading instead of shadow on that side. Go. Like that. Doesn't take much to change the whole look, does it? A little bit in here, a little bit in there, a lot. Heavy dark right there at the edge where it's overlapping, and right in there where it's darkest, where it overlaps, and just a teeny bit of up there. Yeah, got a little outside the lines with my shading. So I'm just going to take my kneaded eraser, make it into a kind of a point, And just get rid of just that tiny bit. You might not even be able to see it on the screen, but I can, and it's driving me nuts, so I'm going to erase it. All right. And then this last one. And this last one's going to be mostly in the shadows because it's the furthest one back. It's at the bottom of the pile. So it would automatically be darker than the rest of them. Okay. Something in this nature. Do. Okay, there we go. I like it, just like that. It's a little pile of whatever this is called, Cirq-6, right? Cirq-6. Now, how do I want them to live? Do I want them to live? I actually think I want them to live guess I'll make them live the way I drew them. Okay, just trying to decide. Cirq-6. There we go. That is today's pattern. I hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure that you do something nice for yourself. Make sure you do something nice for others. Give somebody a blessing today. And I hope you have time to do some drawing, because drawing is fun. If you think watching me draw is fun, I think making sure that you draw is even more fun. That's the whole point of this, right? All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. You enjoy your day. Bye-bye.